Get up here. I'm not expecting jump falls in the desert. I love this song. Lady, what about you? You like it? Come here. There's Lainey. I like your hat, Lainey. Good hat. Hey, a couple things today while we do drop-off line sports. One, if you're really smart, I mean really smart, there are certain teams out there that should absolutely go back to their throwback logo or their original logo. There's a list I have. I'll give you a great example. The Astros are close, but the World Series champion Astros should go back to the late 70s. The orange hat, the stripes. They need to go back to that. That's the greatest of all time. You ready? San Diego Padres need to go back to the yellow and brown.
Classic. The library scene at the beginning.
This one was pretty gross.
In the NFL, the Buccaneers need to go back to the creamsicles. There's no doubt about that. And last night, as you saw in the Monday Night Football game, the Dolphins need to stick with that throwback logo. Don't you think? I mean, with the... What do you think? Lainey likes the Dolphins because Lainey likes dolphins. Come up here, Lainey. Do they need to stick with that logo that we saw last night? You think? Yes or no? Are you tired? You don't know?
I just wake up from a nap.
You just woke up from a nap? It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Or, I don't know, 8:40? What are you doing waking up for a nap? Stay with that logo, Dolphins. See what it did for you last night? It got you a Monday Night Football win over Tom Brady and the Patriots. Stick with it. Everybody agree? Hey, good morning to everybody. Brian Crow's in. Emax is in. Jennifer is in. Good morning, Jennifer. Jeff is in here. My man, Pat Kendall. Mike Jansen. Heath is in. You guys got any great questions, any throwbacks you guys want to keep? Keep? If I'm the Reds, I go back to the V-neck, non-button-down. Tucker Barnhart would probably hate me saying that, but go back to that. Go back to the 1990 uniforms. How about that? If you're the Reds, go back to the 1990 throwbacks and keep them. But certainly the Astros need to do that. The Padres need to do that for sure, too. There are some others out there. There's no doubt that both Florida teams, in this case, not Jacksonville because nobody cares, but both Florida teams, being Tampa Bay and Miami, they need to go back to the throwback and stay with the throwback. It's like last night with the Dolphins. This is not hard. I know you got to put out a zillion uniforms to make money, but it's not hard. Give the people what they want, and we want throwback. Don't we want throwback? What throwback do you want right now? Parachute pants? What throwback do you want, Lainey? Lainey only goes back to 2010. What throwback do you want? Let's say we can go back to 2013. What throwback do you want? That's what I thought. What throwback do you want? Man, it's tough to see today. I'm going to have to take this off. I can't see because of that. There we go. We'll see that work. That's better. That's better. Any other questions for us this morning? Oh, you want Washington to go back to, you guys? Hey, Brian says the Bobcat guys are watching this morning. Hold on a second, Lainey. The Bobcat guys are going to be watching. We got to give the Bobcat guys what they want. Thank you very much. Bobcat, there we go. I'm rocking a little Penn Station East Coast subs this morning, too. Thank you, Penn Station. But the Bobcat guys are watching, so we're giving the Bobcat folks what they want this morning. Thank you guys for watching. Okay, watched Oklahoma City last night. You see the highlights of that. So they lost again at home, actually blown out by the Charlotte Hornets, who have been awful this year. So that's going to set up Paul George return to the field house coming up on Wednesday. That should be awesome. Cannot wait for it. I'm going to be doing my show live at the Slippery Noodle beforehand. But that is going to be absolutely... Keep in mind... Oh, I can't do this. Keep in mind... Nate McMillan joins me later on today at 5 o'clock, the head coach of the Pacers. Hey, I never liked... This is the worst Bon Jovi song ever. Do you believe that, Lainey? I'll tell you why. I hate this lyric right here. I hate this. Never say goodbye. People in Bloomfield love this song. I believe this was a really popular Bon Jovi song in Bloomfield. I can do this. Hey, you got stuff on your face there. Is there anything you want to add? You want to tell folks Merry Christmas? You got the Christmas hat on today. Ellie, we woke up this morning and Ellie was in the Christmas tree, wasn't she? Yeah. Are you going to get on camera here at all? Come out here and get on camera. That's not good enough. Get up here. There you go. Thank you. Where was I? Throwback logos. Pacers, OKC. OKC losing last night. Oh, this is kind of funny yesterday. It may be absolutely meaningless, all right? But I found it funny yesterday. The quote from Chuck Pagano regarding Andrew Luck still being in Europe was that he texts and emails us. And everybody said, well, that's just Chuck saying that he only gets texts and emails from Andrew Luck. I'm just thinking, man, can you not get a little bit more than that? It is just, I'm sorry, you know that this is not going to go right. You know it's not going to go right because nothing has gone right. People were asking me yesterday who I like for the next head coach. I'll be honest with you, I don't like anybody for the next head coach right now. Anybody have the same problem as me right now? I don't like anybody. I mean, you give me all these guys from the Belichickian tree in New England, you know, whether or not it's Josh McDaniels or Matt Patricia that are still there, or Bill O'Brien if he gets fired with the Houston Texans, or, you know, I'm not a fan of anybody. I'm not a fan of any of these first time head coaches. I'm not. I'm not the biggest fan of any of these so-called home runs. I mean, maybe I need to, I don't know. Anybody out there a fan of anybody right now? The only thing I'm a fan of, I'm still kind of a fan of having Manning back in the organization. Otherwise, I'm not.
Time to go!
I love this song. We can't go yet. This is Romeo Void. No. Anybody else? Like anybody? All right, I'm looking for some questions here. Donnie Friend, thank you. Pacers Flojos. Yeah, I don't like them Flojos. I'd go all the way back to the ABA days. Man, your hair, what the hell? Jeff Seltzer, your Pacer prediction for Wednesday. Pacers are going to win. Heath, I don't like Bon Jovi, period. I like some of it, but the whole never say goodbye. Man, Heath, I know you're from Bloomfield. It reminds me of cruising in Bloomfield around the square. It reminds me of like it reminds me of Angie Spice and Kathy Jackson and Mike Sherrard. Bobby Hewlin, that's what that reminds me of, man. Good morning, Matthew. All right. What else we got? Hi, Jordan. We're doing this for you. My man Gary Hudson's watching. I love Gary Hudson. One of the best coaches I ever had, and this is serious here. Best coaches I ever had, Gary Hudson in baseball. Gary Hudson in baseball taught me as much as, between Gary Hudson, Bill Pittman, and Buster Hayes, nobody taught me more about baseball than those guys, man. Love Gary Hudson. This is from Anthony. I just had this conversation with a coworker yesterday. I don't think it matters who you bring in right now to coach. You know what? You might be right. Is this maybe more of a Colts team that is reminiscent of the last time they've had 3 non-winning seasons back to back to back? It's 89 through 91. Are they more reminiscent of that era? That was not the golden era. That was a brutal era to watch. You might be right about that. Maybe it doesn't. I have said this all the time. I think that they're further away than everybody thinks they are. Everybody just thinks, well, it's the AFC South and things can happen over one off season. I think that's going to be really tough in this case. I don't really buy it. My favorite Facebook Live in the morning, don't tell Tony Katz. Why in the world would you want to watch Tony Katz in the morning? Talking about stuff that bores you, all this stuff that just is a pain in your ass. We're having fun here, right, Laney? Tell Jordan we're having fun here. Get over here. Come here. You got to tell him bye and tell him Merry Christmas. Get up in here.
Merry Christmas.
No, get up here so they can see you. They can't see you.
Bye, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. How many more days of school do we have?
2.
Jordan actually got me this apparatus here, so I have a still camera shot, which is really nice.
Let's go.
I agree with you guys, though. I don't know if this is going to be a quick change for the Colts. I'll tell you what, I'll talk about that later on today, too. I'm going to actually look at some of these possible candidates. I don't want the Colts to have a first-time head coach. I don't. I do not want it. And I really don't know who these so-called home run guys are. People mention Bill O'Brien if he gets fired by Houston. Yeah. Jeff Fisher? What? Yeah, Pat Kendall says Tony Katz doesn't have Laney. There's no doubt about that. he doesn't. Hey, Tony Katz doesn't play Romeo Void in the background either. I, by God, guarantee you that. Hey, can we listen to the end of Stone Temple Pilots here, Laney? I'm getting pressure to leave. Penn Station East Coast subs, love you. Love you guys at Bobcat. All right, let's get something going, Bobcat. Thanks, everybody, for watching today at 3. I have Eagles tickets to give away for you. And BullseyeEventGroup.com, Colts VIP tailgate passes for the Thursday night tailgate before the Broncos and the Colts game. Laney, tell everybody bye if you're going to go. Come here. Come here. They don't see you. Yeah. You guys have a great day. Talk to you at 3.